Hello, I'd like to talk about batteries for the White's metal detector, specific version XLT, which I have, but I do believe these battery pack repairs and conversions will work for a few other uh, different models. So let's talk about some of the things I did to make this work for me. Initially, I got on the web and on YouTube and found a video that covered some of these updates and conversions, and they were a little bit lacking, I think, on some of the parts and things that I ran into that I thought I would share with somebody else here on YouTube. Um, Probably the biggest thing is it's like, okay, what kind of batteries do I want to get initially? And um, what I found is the battery pack is rated at 9.65 volts, and each battery cell, is 1.2 volts. And the original battery pack, chargeable battery pack, they use NiCad batteries, which I've converted over to NI, MH. I believe the MH stands for metal hydroxide, something similar to that. But anyhow, they are two totally different battery types. And from my understanding of what I've seen on the web, is that you do not want to use the charger, the charger for the battery pack for the NiCads on the NIMH batteries. Another thing is, I researched on the web that there were similar, the milliamp hours, how long the batteries would last. I believe the original battery pack, it wasn't written on the battery pack, but from what I read, it looked like the original one was like 1800 amp hours, milliamp hours, which is how long that battery is going to last. The battery pack I got for the fixed chargeable battery pack was this one here. I purchased it for two of them. I got for like $15. As you can see, this one's 2200 milliamp hours, which will give you a little longer run time. You could probably get some more higher rated, cost a little more money, or less rated, however you want to do it. But sometimes bigger is better, so I went with this flavor here. So the biggest thing here is when I went to do the conversion, I also wanted to make sure I had a charger that would either handle NiCad and or the NiMH type battery type, and this specific flavor will do both, and in multiple voltages or different voltages. So it's supposed to be a smart charger too, so it knows when to shut off, so that way you don't overcharge the batteries or burn them out. Something else, noted that this connector here is, you see the center here, that's a 2.1 millimeter connection. On the existing battery pack, it was actually 2.5. I had to make a choice of removing that one and putting one that would match up to the charger. So instead of like cutting the charger cable, I decided to do the soldering on this side and put in a 2.1 millimeter panel mount DC jack, as you can see in this picture here. This is the type of connector I use, so you should be able to find this on the internet with no problem. Also, I purchased a couple of these and also a couple of diodes because I wanted to convert my regular battery pack into it was non-chargeable. I wanted to convert it to a chargeable. So as you can see, I added the jack. I did some drilling and added the jack. But let's go back to the fixed battery pack and some of the things I ran into. initially when I tried to install that battery pack and cut off the wires and just install it into the container, it would not fit. So I cut off the plastic, and this is the end result. So that fit in fine. And the metal tabs that you see here and here, I cut off the old batteries, and you want to leave this tab from the old batteries because this connects up to the connectors for the charge. You want to leave that, and you don't want to try to connect wires across here, because this is when you put the cover back on, you'll have a hard time sliding it over the wire. So I went with the thinnest, this is kind of like original design. So here's the thing that I did was I took off the old connector, I just snipped it out and took these tabs out, did some soldering with the new jack, and I put the diode in, and I wired it up to to the old connector. So when you cut out the old connector, cut the wire, leave the ends, the diode, don't even try to desolder it, so you got something to go by and compare with. And as you can see, the cathode is connected to the positive side, the anode's connected to the one of the tabs on the jack. So I won't go into details of electronics, just wired it up in this method there. And as you can see, the little band here is the cathode. So wired up just like this, connect the white wire, and you should be good to go. So let's switch over to the battery pack. That in my opinion, this is the way to go. If you have an existing battery pack, this is only going to cost you about $8 or $9 to make, if that. And basically, I did not have I had lost my old battery pack. I ordered one for $15, ordered the batteries for like around $7, and I did the conversion. I took these tabs out, I soldered these wires on just like the fixed one. I added the diode, I drilled a hole, I drilled this hole, and I could put the jack in with no problem. Soldered everything up, everything was good to go. Notice the batteries I'm using, I don't know if I would go with these. These are actually rated with 3000 mAh from the reviews. I saw they were misrepresented, so you may want to research a better battery. So also something I ran into also is when you're pulling these cases off, these covers, there's two tabs on the back of them, and initially it's slid in like this, so you got to lift up this tab here, pull out so far, and it'll get stuck on the second tab. And on the video that I saw, it got stuck, and the fellow just kind of manhandled it and pulled it, and it came off. Well, I took a butter knife, and when it got to the point of getting stuck, I slid it underneath the tab and just worked it out. It slid pretty easily, so I just didn't like popping it off like that. So anyway, I did want to cover some of the some web pages where I got the parts. Basically Amazon. Here's your diodes. As you can see, these are 1N4001. You got multiple sources, so I just bought a pack of them. It was no biggie. So the diode is a 1N4001, rated at 50 volts, 1 amp. So these work fine in mine. The charger, that one was from eBay, and as you can see, it works with both types of batteries and different types of voltage types of batteries too. So, and then here's the actual connector. So you can see that the 0.21 millimeter and the 0.55 millimeters, those are the dimensions of the plug. But basically I gave you the information for the jack, so you're mainly considered, you're focused on this size here on your jack. So I've given you information on the jack. You should be good to go on that. Here's the batteries I got. Again, I wouldn't go with these. It's got a bad rating. As you can see, it's $7. They work for me for like, I let the metal detector run for like 3 or 4 hours. It was just fine. Here's the jack. I got it from Parts Express. You can get it from other locations. So basically there's a 2.15 millimeter mount DC jack. So that's what I used. And then what else I got here? Oh yeah, here's the container for the fixed batteries, the non-chargeable that I'd converted. So that's again off of Amazon. That's listing for like $15.90. Here's some example battery packs. This isn't exactly like mine, but I think I got 2 battery packs, 9.6 volts, 22 milliamp hours for like $15. So listen, you know, I hope this helps you out there. Like I said, I pleasurized somebody else's video, and I tried to pull all the information together to make it a little easier on how to do some of these upgrades. So but finally, my opinion, this is probably the best bang for the dollar here. So if these batteries ever go bad, what's it going to cost? Like $8. You got the charger. You got the charger that will work for both. And you don't want to use the original charger because it's not made for these types of batteries, so you may cause problems if you use the original charger. So with these new jacks, by the way, they won't fit the original charger because they're different sizes. So with that, I'm going to publish this video. I don't do a lot of them, but I hope I gave you enough information that it may be helpful. So thank you for watching.